Hello, Capricorn. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Capricorn is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Capricorn, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. So we start off with the Seven of Cups, okay? And this might be a little bit of like queasiness, where we're just not really sure what's going to happen. It's almost like anticipation to me. It kind of feels like we're worried that, maybe something isn't real or something isn't going to come about that we're expecting. Okay. For some of you, it could really be the feeling that there are too many choices, that there's just like we're getting our hopes up very, very high about something, and it's just a little bit, I almost feel like it's like butterflies in your stomach, maybe more like the pterodactyls. Yeah. Let's see what's going on here. Let's put this into a little bit of context. Here we have a Queen of Wands. Ooh, Six of Pentacles. Nice. Okay, Wheel of Fortune. I feel like good things are happening, and we're starting to get a little nervous. Like, is this real? Is this a dream? Is this going to be taken away from me? It's like we're kind of, we're doubting and even a Ten of Pentacles. Come on. But see, 7 and 7. Your heart and your mind are just like, I don't know what to make of this. I'm not used to the good things here, right? But they're real. I feel like this is lasting abundance that you're creating, but we've got doubts. Five of Swords, Death card. High Priestess. And, a Prince of Swords. So the mind is stabilizing. I feel like your heart and your mind are just like almost overwhelmed by these good things that are going to start happening in your life. The Wheel of Fortune, the Six of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, that's awesome stuff. Okay, but I feel like there's still a little bit of this doubt that's just like, I don't know if it's real. I don't know if is it too good to be true? Are there red flags that maybe I'm not seeing? I think we're sort of like, we're working ourselves up into a little bit of negativity because you got some really, really great cards here. Yeah. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the Factor, Infinite, and Unknown. We're going to set it right over here with Tiny Bob Ross right on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end. It will tie everything together. It will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any moment during this message you feel like you might know what that card might be, put your prediction in the comments right below the video. Okay. Now, as we look around the room, we do see three majors: the Wheel of Fortune, the Death, and the High Priestess. Okay, so the Wheel of Fortune is basically saying, look, your fortunes are changing. Your life path might be changing. And change is always kind of scary. It always makes us nervous. The Death card is also change. Slow and steady change. The change that, the Death card scares us too, right? Look at that thing. It looks scary. But I think your intuition is guiding you and telling you that, look, all the changes that are happening are good for you. Things are not happening to you. They're happening for you and even through you right now, okay? We've got fire. You got this kind of worried water energy, right? And then we have our air cards, and we have our earth cards. So not a lot of water, because I feel like you haven't yet let yourself enjoy something. Yeah. Well, let's talk about the Seven of Cups. Debauch. Yeah. This could be, again, too many choices, leading to a little bit of confusion. Some of you, it may really just be like all all the abundance is out there for you, but you kind of have to narrow things down to one clear choice, okay? Right now, avoid any people, avoid anything that's going to blur your judgment or cloud your heart or cloud your mind. People, places, things, substances, whatever is going to make you like cloudy, don't do it. You need to be clear. Don't chase fantasies. Take real, practical, confident steps forward. Okay? Take a break from some of this air energy, some of this overthinking. Yeah, take a break from distractions. Drink good water, eat good food. Yeah, clear your space of anything that might be muddying the waters or diluting or clouding your heart, clouding your energies, or clouding your emotions or your vibes. Okay, purity. This card's also kind of about your imagination, and it's making me kind of wonder if, like, there are very practical things that are going on right now in the way, like, I feel like a door is opening for you, and I feel like we kind of got to get our head out of the clouds a little bit and stay grounded. I think your imagination is a very powerful thing. You have a great imagination. I feel like we got to use it for creation, not for escape. Sometimes this card is like escaping something. Escapism, self-medicating, avoiding the difficult work. And, so if there's anything that you are avoiding in life, with the Queen of Wands especially now, it's time to face it. Because it's leading you to your best life. It's leading you to all the wealth, the lasting abundance of the Ten of Pentacles. It's going vertically this way. Okay? So we have to stay grounded when we have to strive for clarity right now. The Queen of Wands, very confident, very charming. Okay? There's a strength here, there's a warmth that people are going to notice. I feel like we kind of have to, maybe the Seven of Cups is a little bit of feeling stuck or feeling kind of like, feeling overwhelmed perhaps, or feeling nervous. Again, the Queen of Wands is kind of like stepping out into like a leadership role, where you're stepping into the spotlight, people are going to see you. The Seven of Cups is kind of like stage fright. I'm nervous. I don't know what's going to happen. Well, no, of course. Of course we don't know what's going to happen. We can do our best to make things happen the way we want them to happen, but the Wheel of Fortune says things are going to happen how they happen, So I feel like you are, if you step up and you accept your strength, you accept this kind of leadership energy, or you step into the spotlight, people are going to notice you. Your energy is going to shine, and you're going to thrive in this situation. I don't know what's happening in your life. You're going to lead with a quiet confidence. This is a good week for taking all of your good ideas, all of the pictures in your head, and start really making them real. Okay? Doing the physical things to get those things going. Yeah. The creative work is going to flow real easy. Especially just look at this fire. Right? Your creativity, your confidence is taking all of these good ideas and you're stacking all these wins up, and it's creating something long-term. The Six of Pentacles kind of being like a medium-term goal, right? And then the 10, of course, is the long-term goal. And here you are kind of right in the middle with a little bit of nerves, okay, with maybe a little bit of distraction. Don't get distracted now, because I feel like you're very close to a major, major accomplishment, to really creating this kind of lasting abundance, this almost like financial freedom kind of vibe. Okay? Stay true to your intuition, because it's not going to mislead you. That's over here. And sometimes when your heart is all riled up and your mind is all right, this is a lot of mental emotional noise. That's why the High Priestess is in the river position of the fear, worry, concern. The challenge position, because the mental emotional noise is going to drown out the voice of the intuition. The intuition is not going to lead you wrong. The High Priestess needs to be here, because she's leading you to lasting abundance. the fulfillment of your prophecy of life, okay? So that's the work right now for you, is to get rid of the mental emotional noise and replace it with High Priestess. So basically what you want to do is put these cards over here and put this one right there. And then you're in your confidence and your actions, your leadership, your hard work, your creative work, your warmth and your compassion, okay, your radiance, right, is going to lead you to this lasting success. So that's the work, okay? And now the Queen of Wands is also very helpful, very compassionate, very warm, and really magnetic. Like, people want to be around you, you know? And I feel like this is the version of you that people see and people are attracted to. But of course, there's this trepidation. There's a little bit of, a little bit of hesitation. We want to speak confidently and boldly, but sometimes our voice cracks. And so, it may be that there's this, you are this confident and radiant and magnetic person. Sometimes, though, we just don't feel that great. Sometimes I'm lacking a little bit of that motivation, or maybe some of you have been feeling under the weather lately. But it's still time to step up and do what you need to do, even when we're a little sick, we're a little stuffy, we got a cold. You're showing up anyway. People are inspired by you. Okay? So I think this is the week where we have to continue showing up and letting ourselves be seen. And in some ways, we have to be confident. We have to be this vibrant Queen of Wands, even when inside we're feeling the mental and emotional, wavering or imbalance, we could call it. Okay. Six of Pentacles, under the surface, financial stability arrives. Practical stability, a payout. A payout is very near. Confirm the details. And when this does come in, you're allocating this to the future self. You're allocating this to your Ten of Pentacles, the long-term lasting abundance. Don't just spend all of this. And that's part of your Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups, remember, is debauch. Let's not waste all this money. When this money comes in, don't waste it on all of this, all the illusory stuff. Invest it in this long-term lasting abundance. You're allocating it to the future you. Okay? Because that Seven of Cups, this is wasteful energy. This is just indulgence, overindulgence in the wrong things. Okay? So I think that's a very important interpretation of these cards as well, because the Queen of Wands is strong enough to say, okay, I just got a bunch of money. I'm not going to blow it on just like a bunch of candy, right? And buckets of ice cream. No, I'm going to take it and I'm going to invest it in something that's going to help me set up my future. You're going to put it in a savings account. You're going to invest it somewhere. I don't know where. I'm not a financial advisor. But you're going to devote that in some way, allocate it to your future life, to the best life that you're building. Okay? I'm not saying not to spend it. I'm saying that you're going to have to allocate it to that future, because you're going to create the lasting abundance. Okay? So Six of Pentacles, payout is near. The project that you're working on or whatever you're doing in your life is really starting to show real rewards, real results. Okay? You want to be a generous person, because what you share is going to be multiplied back to you. It doesn't mean you just kind of give all your money away, but appreciate that you're part of a team and share what you feel is appropriate with that team, or be generous anyway. It doesn't mean that you're being frivolous, though, with your money. Okay? You can celebrate your progress without overspending, I guess. Yeah. You're a very reliable person, and that is inspiring trust from other people right now. You've prepared, okay, for success, that you've done the hard work. It's like 99% perspiration and effort, and then you get a little bit of luck from the Wheel of Fortune, right? A little bit of good fortune, a little bit of grace from the universe to put the finishing touches on something. Okay, so your preparation, your hard work is meeting with the divine hand of providence of the Wheel of Fortune, and then bang. It happens, okay? Enjoy the comforts of life without guilt, but Seven of Cups basically saying, just don't overdo it, right? It's really good news. Don't overdo it. Indulge, feel good, celebrate, but responsibly. Yeah. Success should feel peaceful, and it should feel well-deserved because it is. Okay? So this energy now is sort of matching up and meeting with our Wheel of Fortune, divine timing. Again, 99% your hard work and effort, fire to earth, the magical electrical circuit of creation. 99% perspiration and a little bit of luck, which is, luck or divine providence, divine intervention, whatever you want to call it, a little bit of grace, a little bit of good fortune. Okay, the divine timing is at play here. This is a card of faith, hope, and trust. This is a card of expansion. This is a card of prosperity. This is a card of saying, look, you could take $1 and you could turn it into $2. You could take $2, you could turn it into 10, etc. This is a very good card for investing, investments, and investors, right? Jupiter kind of being that this and maybe and Mercury together, I guess, are a very good combination for multiplying the blessings, okay? Taking some abundance and making more of it, if you catch my drift, all right? Things have changed quickly, and they're going to continue to change quickly. You have to be adaptable. You have to be the magician. Good luck is going to surprise you. You got to stay on point, okay? If things are expanding, you got to give them space. You got to clear away the clutter. Clear away all the things that just don't need to be around. It's like when luck really starts to change, all the distractions that you've been indulging in your life are going to seem so annoying and meaningless that you're just going to kick them out. I kicked my foot. You couldn't see it. Because that, as things expand, it's going to push everything that doesn't need to be there out of the way. It's like when you're at the restaurant and the server starts to bring your food, you just kind of clear everything out of the way because you're ready for that food. At least I do. So that's kind of the expansion that we see. You got to clear the clutter so this growth can really breathe. Give yourself room. Okay? You may have been experiencing some small delays in the past. Those were right on time. Everything, every up and down of the wheel, every turn of the Wheel of Fortune was exactly the right time. And so you may have been very frustrated about those delays, but they were necessary at the time because they were like, saving you some trouble now, right? Something like this. They were aligning things for you. A lot of signs and synchronicities are going to confirm the route, say thank you, and proceed. Divine timing is precise, right? Delays, those were like redirections, like I said. It wasn't a denial, it was a wait a second. It was like a hold on. Hold your horses for just wait 2 minutes and then go, Pay attention to patterns. Pay attention to the signs, symbols, synchronicities, okay? This is your chance to really take advantage of one of those synchronicities and look at it as a doorway. Yeah, but it's also, I think, a chance for you to maybe break an old pattern. Seven of Cups sometimes is, maybe not such a good habit. It's a good time to break one of those habits or patterns. Don't cling to it, okay? The new energy that's coming in is going to allow you to push out some of this old stuff that isn't good for you. Focus on gratitude. Again, that's going to attract more blessings. Reinvesting in ourselves, reinvesting in other people. Life is turning in your favor. Excellent, excellent news. Really wonderful energy ahead. And the Ten of Pentacles, of course, is your best life. It's your legacy. It's your long-term goal. It is the construction of your Big Rock Candy Mountain, your Emerald City, your paradise, your Garden of Eden, your good life, It's everything that you want in life. This is how you want your life to look. This is the vision. You can see the wallpaper, the color of the carpet, and the type of furniture. You can see it all, you know? And I feel like this is that long-term goal. This is who you are, where you are, and what you're doing down the road. So again, you're taking this Six of Pentacles win. You're taking that payout that's coming, and you're going to invest it in this future self. This is a long-term goal that I think is really starting to materialize. And it may be a lot closer than you think, okay? I think that it's a good week for you to focus on family, okay? Focus on your community. Build a kind of strong neighborhood around you, yeah? Investments, savings, all that kind of stuff, those long-term goals, kind of like you invest what you have now, then later you're going to have more of it. It's compounding, right? That's the point of investments, right? Is that you kind of let it sit long enough and you end up with more than what you started with. And so I feel that this is that kind of stability. You're looking for that future security. And this is that life, okay? But also celebrate what you've been building because it is solid and it is a lasting abundance. Plan wisely, though, for the future. This is what we're going to continue to build toward. And there is no end to the future, you know? It keeps going. So your long-term goals, even when you get there, you still have them. It's like the speed of light. No matter how fast you're going, speed of light will always go the speed of light. You could be going almost at the speed of light. You turn on a flashlight, it's going to go the speed of light. Okay? So no matter how close you get to your goals you're always going to have long-term goals. It's like you're always thinking, here I am now. What's my 5-year or 10-year plan? Okay. 10 years go by. Hey, I'm still looking at a 5 and 10-year plan. You know, it's a moving goalpost. The closer you get, it keeps bouncing backwards, and that's a good thing. Of course, hopefully we're going to see some more water energy next week, maybe the week after, because I want you to be also like content. I want you to be able to celebrate what you've been building and spend some time just kind of feeling good about that as you continue to work toward your always long-term goals. You're planning wisely for those future days, you know, future generations even. I feel like a lot of you are building something that's going to outlive you. That's a wonderful feeling. It's legacy, okay? But stay humble. Share your prosperity. I think this week your security feels satisfying, and it's definitely well-deserved. 7 of Swords, though. Maybe sometimes you don't feel like you deserve it, or sometimes you feel like, well, this can't really be real. Sometimes you maybe wonder if all this abundance would be best just splurged and just spent on consumer goods, you know, which is always a fun thing to do. Just go buy all the ice cream you can carry, you know. The 7 of Swords is scattered thoughts. Sometimes we just need to refocus. Stop doubting yourself. You really do know more than you think. And you are more, you know you have the plan, even though sometimes it feels like, oh gosh, I know I'm on my plan here, but oh, that ice cream looks so good. Okay, you know the right thing to do. It's very tempting to do other things though, isn't it? And that's okay. Sometimes you got to let yourself do those other things. But sometimes you got to just say, nope, I'm not going to listen to the noise. I'm going to trust my intuition here. Because again, remember the work is to calm down the noise, the mental emotional noise, so that your intuition can guide you from here to your long-term goals. Okay? So stop doubting yourself. Start looking at the evidence that is around you. Look how far you've come and look how far you're going, and let that encourage you. If anybody or anything in your life right now is trying to waste your time, set boundaries. People, places, things, habits. Anything that you honestly decide is a waste of your time, you have every right to say, I don't want to waste my time doing that anymore. Okay? But that's a very serious kind of decision. Yeah. So make sure you think that stuff through thoroughly. Don't get distracted by nonsense, drama, the entanglements, rumors, gossip, none of that stuff. Okay? Don't trust anything without thinking it over thoroughly. Okay? So there are a lot of things out there that are trying to get what you have. You know? It's like the salespeople. I love salespeople. They're so fun to talk to. But you can't always trust them, can you? Because they're trying to make a sale. They're trying to do their job. And so part of their charm is to get you to, kind of loosen your grip on your money, all right? That's their job. That's what they're there for. And so as sweetly as somebody may talk to you, as promising and as much as you may want to believe in what everybody's telling you, think it through yourself and trust your intuition. Now is the time to be a little bit mistrusting of people. And that's okay. You need to be. Okay? You got to organize your ideas. You've got to think things through and trust your intuition, okay, before you act on, really on anything, okay? Confidence is going to really help you to stabilize your heart and your mind. I think by focusing on your work, trusting in this sort of divine timing, trusting in the universe, trusting in yourself, I think is going to allow you to settle your heart and your mind down so that you can continue on this goal and will achieve all of those long-term goals, and then sort of make some more long-term goals. Now, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. This reading is totally free. Let me know in the comments which card on the path of the dove resonated with you the most. Yeah? I'm going to do a spirit animal card for you before we continue on the path of the serpent, and we have the squirrel spirit, squirreling away, hiding the nut, squirreling away for winter, right? This is the epitome of that long-term goal. The investment was a squirrel do. Collects a bunch of nuts, buries most of them for later, for the long term, for my future. I want my future self to have a nice meal, yeah? So we're squirreling it away. But it also says, believe in yourself. And that's exactly right. Stop the doubt. You know, be that confident queen of wands. 5 of swords. Avoid arguments where there really is no winner. Even if you're correct, even if you're right, what do you win? Nothing. You know, nothing. Pride can cause unnecessary tension, so be careful with that. Someone around you may be acting unfairly. Don't sink to their level. Don't resort to any kind of tactics that you don't sort of ethically agree with. Okay. Confusion, right, is going to clear up this week. There may be, and the confusion may really be part of that self-doubt. We kind of have more questions about things than we have answers, you know. What do you know for sure right now? Okay. What is it that you got to tap into that high priestess. Okay. Again, with the trust thing, I feel like you really got to be protective of your energy right now. Don't trust anybody. Trust has to be earned. Slowly and steadily. The actions, right? The feet don't lie. People are going to say a lot of stuff to you. Watch their feet. Their feet aren't going to lie to you. When their feet start matching up with their mouth, then maybe we could talk about trust. Not trying to make you paranoid or anything, but just be aware. Be mindful. Don't be gullible and just stay focused, okay? Especially with that 7 of Cups, because it could be a lot of people trying to sell you a lot of things you don't need right now. Focus on, and especially if you're getting a payout, everybody's going to come along and say, I got the right investment for you. I know exactly what you need. Everybody's trying to relieve you of the burden of your money, okay? So just be careful. Be mindful. Yeah. Sometimes we even have to accept something that we Sometimes we have to accept a little defeat or a little loss to prevent a bigger one. You know, it's kind of that movie, what is it, A Bronx Tale, where he says, you know, he loans someone $20, and every day he sees that guy, he's going to go get him, get his $20 back, and then, I don't know, someone, Robert De Niro or somebody, maybe it's the other guy, says, hey, don't chase that guy every day to get your $20 back. You just paid $20, and now this guy's never going to bother you again for the rest of your life. So it's like, you know, you kind of accepted that smaller loss, but there's really a bigger win to it, okay? And I feel like that might be kind of part of this energy. I don't know, I feel like we got to clear a lot of things out right now. We do have the death card anyway, which we need to talk about. Don't compare yourself to other people right now. You got to stay confident in your energy. Measure your success now against your own past, not somebody else's like highlight reel. Look at your own, okay? And that's kind of tying into this death card too. Your past and your progress, your slow and steady change over the course of time, that's what matters. You can't compare who you are now to who, you know, I don't know, to who I was 5 years ago. What would be the point? It's like saying who has the better album, you know, Tool or Dave Matthews Band. Well, Tool has a better Tool album. Dave Matthews has a better Dave Matthews album. Okay? And so you can't really compare, right? They're better at what they do. They're better at what they do. They're both doing music, right? I mean, but it's different. You know what I mean? You get it. Anyway, we'll talk about the death card. But that's kind of what I'm feeling with that 5 of Swords. It's like, don't compare yourself to anybody except you. Except to, you know, maybe who you were a year ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. And you'll see exactly how much progress you are making. And the death card now. Death card is that slow, steady progress over the course of time. It's the nature of nature. It's the fundamental force of the universe. It is change. And I think that it's really showing that your life has been changing, obviously, a lot. I think it's changing a lot faster now than it was before. I feel like the Wheel of Fortune is sort of accelerating the timeline. I feel like another chapter is about to begin for you. So as one chapter ends, it might feel like a loss. It might feel like a little bit of sadness as things end. Okay, maybe you're progressing further, and it's just kind of like things that you used to love. 7 of Cups, right? Things we used to love, we don't love anymore. Things I used to want and used to really cling to and cherish, now I'm moving past them, and it's kind of, you know, it's kind of sad. But it's also a relief. It's also allowing you to notice that your life's getting bigger, you're expanding, you're progressing. Okay, let go of clutter, let go of habits, let go of people that no longer, like, serve your growth, you know, that block it maybe. And clearing clears you. So literally, like, clear out your spaces, like donate old clothes, delete people, delete contacts, block people here and there, everywhere, like really going through like almost like a spring cleaning of your life, right? Detoxing your Facebook, your calendar, your phone contact list, clearing out all the old text messages, going through your photos and getting rid of stuff that is not serving your purpose. Okay, you are co-authoring your destiny with that Wheel of Fortune, with Spirit. Again, it's like 99% your hard work and then a little bit of luck. The death card is that river of change that keeps flowing, and you can't stop it, you can't change it, you can barely nudge it this way or that way, a little tiny bit, that's it. But you can co-create if you're harmonized with change. And this, I think, it's kind of talking about your long-term life evolution. Accept change, don't fear it. Say goodbye with love, with gratitude. But after you release, let it go. I mean, it's in the rear view. You're clearing a space for new things to grow. Transformation, right? It's opening, I think it's opening an unexpected door. That wheel of fortune is turning, and there is a door that's opening for you. Now, what about our high priestess in kind of an awkward position in the spread here? The high priestess is the intuition, okay? The high priestess, how do we get back into this mode? How do we bring this energy out of the river position, the prison, the difficulty, fear, worry, concern position? Well, quiet moments to help you understand what's really happening, meditation, listening to your feelings, okay? Listening to the deeper feelings of your soul, quieting down the noise of the heart mind so that you can really feel the intuition, because it whispers, you know? And if life is so noisy, you can't hear the whisper. We've got to be, we got to listen. I tell my daughter, or actually my wife and I talk about this, about our daughter. When she's starting to get upset and she's starting to not really listen and she's starting to get louder and louder and louder, instead of my wife and I getting louder and louder and louder, what if we started talking more quietly? Because then my daughter would have to quiet down so she could hear what we were saying. And so I kind of feel like sometimes we got to turn down the noise so we can focus. I used to deliver pizzas, right? And it'd be nighttime, and I'd be trying to find the house numbers. You turn down the radio so you could see better. That was me. I used to listen to, I was listening to The Doors all the time, Van Morrison, stuff like that. I was really into that stuff for a while. And I had to turn the radio down so I could look out the window to see the house numbers where I'm delivering the pizza, And so we got to turn down the noise of life so that we can focus. Because the intuition whispers. And I think that once we can tune into it and we can hear it, we're going to feel a very, very consistent message. And we can trust that. And I think that consistent message is our Prince of Swords there at the end. Pay attention to your dreams, signs, symbols, synchronicities. Again, pay attention to that stuff. Don't rush any decisions right now. Listen for the intuition and it will guide you. Spend time near water. We definitely need more water in the reading. Make sure you hydrate. Spend time in silence. Okay. This week is bringing you insight into what we're doing next, how the long-term goal is manifesting, and we have to listen to that intuition. Let's talk about our final card, the Prince of Swords here, and you have to believe in yourself. This high priestess, that is inside of you. Okay? And as it comes through, as we hear it, and we are tuning into it, the Prince of Swords becomes a fixed air energy. It's basically, to me, saying that your mind is hearing the same message over and over and over again from your intuition. And your mind is able to lock in. And we're able to get rid of the noise, and we're able to know exactly what we're supposed to do, how we're supposed to do it, what to invest in, and how to move forward to our lasting, long-term, abundance. This is also a card of, problem solving, clear communication, so there's no misunderstandings, staying curious, but we're not spreading ourselves too thin. I think you're somebody who is very intelligent, and I think that you can be outspoken, especially when it comes to your boundaries, okay? You're waiting for the intuition to give you that certainty and that clarity, and then you're speaking up and you're making those decisions. You're making those choices based on that intuition, okay? And this sort of focus is allowing you to get closer and closer and closer to that success. I want to look at the mystery card. I want this to be some good, healing, refreshing water. An ace, 2, 3, 6, 9 or 10 of cups, almost all the cups, any of the cups except for a couple. It's interesting that with the cups, all of them are good except like 2 of them. And the swords, most of them are bad except for a couple, right? So it's interesting that's, I don't know. Empress, maybe. maybe the Devil card. We'll see. Oh yeah, Nine of Cups. Look at that beauty. Lasting abundance. This is the card of super abundance. This is the card of abundance on the physical, financial, mental, emotional, and spiritual creative planes. This is you living the happy life. Living your bliss, following your bliss, your emotional wishes coming true. Enjoy the good news. The Seven of Cups is saying, maybe I don't trust the good news. Trust the good news. Gratitude also, right, is going to multiply the blessings. The Nine of the Tarot is the blessings multiplier. All the nines are multipliers, but this is happiness multiplier. Share your joy with the right people. Don't let anything take it away from you. Be generous, but have boundaries. Don't show off, but be proud of what you're accomplishing. Okay. Creativity is really going to blossom right now. Your heart is going to be full. And this is that contentment that I was talking about. As your Ten of Pentacles is that moving goalpost, we're still going to be very happy. It's not like we're getting frustrated that it keeps moving, but every time it moves, we're taking another step toward it, and we're progressing in life. And our world is expanding, and our prosperity is growing with every step we take. Every step feels good to the point where we don't want to stop. Once you become sugar, you can no longer taste sugar. So we want to get right up to the edge of that Ten of Pentacles, and then we want it to just jump back a little bit so that I get to take another step, because the taking of the steps is the fun part. Okay, and then also, of course, having moments of just that contentment where it's just like, I'm happy with life. I feel good. I have people around me. I have pets. I have plants. I've got prosperity. I've got security. I've got abundance, lasting abundance. The feeling that you have, knowing that your future is stable and secure, it's going to be the best feeling ever. I feel like that's kind of what we need to focus on right now. All right. What we're going to do now, though, is the extended reading. If you want to stick around, we'll do an I Ching hexagram. We'll do some oracle cards. We'll clarify love and money, and we'll do the yes/no coin. There's a link in the corner. There should be a link down below. New readings for Capricorn on Tuesdays and Fridays. Be sure to watch both readings. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.